What's good? Welcome to the Nate Jones story. It's your boy Carcino here. Let's talk about it. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Should they do a rematch? I say absolutely not. If they want to do a celebrity boxing match, fine. But at this point, no. All the contrast that was brought before the world about these two individuals, their activities, their lifestyle, everything about them, when that was brought to the forefront, it was met with disdain. It was met with distrust. It was met with people showing their bias and hypocrisy when Floyd Mayweather introduced blood and urine testing into the sport of boxing. They criticized, saying, "What is this? He's scared. He doesn't want to lose to Manny Pacquiao. He didn't want to lose to someone who may be cheating, who may or may not be cheating. He wanted a fair fight." And the shock and awe was the response he got back from the media, sports world, who was enamored by Manny Pacquiao's spectacular performances as he was blasting guys 2 times, 3 times his weight, destroying them. Now, people and their talents are known, they're on full display, right? We've seen it countless times. But we also have seen when things don't go right. We also seen when people go off script. So you have to ask yourself, what is it that you see? Because in my eyes, Manny Pacquiao is coming back to fight. And this is where you're supposed to be able to retire from boxing, have your benefits, and live like a king. It's very strange that boxers have like no hospital, no anything set up for them once their time in the sun is done. Once that's over, they just turn their back on them. It's a pathetic, sad way to go out. Now, take for instance someone like myself. I would never be comfortable if I sat there and did nothing while everybody on my behalf was out there contributing to the rest of the world. I would feel sort of foolish if I was missing out and everybody else was cashing in. But Floyd did what was right. He took the media abuse on every station, he took it all. And he wouldn't budge. we got to have blood and urine testing. During that time, me and him spoke a lot. I'm quite sure him and Nate spoke even more frequently than I did with him. And leading up to this was the Shane Mosley and Floyd Mayweather fight, which was the first time they've done blood and urine testing for a fight. It was different, but necessary. And we didn't see Shane Mosley as explosive as he was against Margarito. Still strong, but not that crazy, crazy strength. And it was the first time we've seen Floyd, like, literally, probably the worst we've ever seen him as far as facing adversity in a boxing match. Now, I often say a fight happens a bit too late. Sometimes you get the best fight. You know, when fighters slow down, might make for a more action-packed fight. Now, for me, it's a bit different. I look at it from a contrast of what people were supposed to do and didn't do when they had the opportunity to do it. I said, wow, this is shocking to me. I was very thrown aback by the situation by looking at it. I was almost like couldn't stand to even think about it, actually. But the way people turned on Floyd to praise Manny Pacquiao because he was the new in thing, exploited their racism and the anger of the fact that it was all about control. They didn't want the fact that, or like the fact that a boxer had control over his own destiny. And when a fighter has control over his own destiny, well, we start to see what really happens when that happens. Manny Pacquiao never looked the same again. Um, since he started to take the blood and urine test after his knockout loss to Marquez, where it looked like he got a taste of his own medicine, Pacquiao never scored another knockout in a fight. Floyd beat Manny Pacquiao with precision and timing. He used superior techniques to defeat the so-called and would-be challenger Manny Pacquiao by maintaining distance, not overreaching. Pacquiao did land some authoritative punches in the fight, some short shots that caught Floyd. But superior boxing IQ kept him at bay. But what set the tone is that when Manny Pacquiao would rush in, Floyd made him pay with right hands early to let him know you're not just going to come in here. And he had to do that early to set the tone. Then he boxed him. Then he turned him. He made Manny Pacquiao have to work, have to use the energy, get tied up, never let him get started on his offense. Tie Manny Pacquiao up. Then he caught him with hooks. All the stuff was going to work late. Because that's what a real fight's going to be. And just keep Manny Pacquiao out of the fight. And as long as it's at a distance, Floyd is going to control the pace. When it's fought at Manny's pace, the fight will get marred. What was the most anticipated fight in the world turned out to be one of the most fights ever made. A fight that nobody goes back to really watch. I watch it because I love boxing. But other people who just don't understand the sport, they just think a good fight is one guy hits you, you hit him, and y'all go back and forth just hitting each other. You know, they don't know how to applaud defense, technique, things of that nature that counts and matters. And Floyd is one of the best instinctive fighters to think on the fly and to still lead the game with his faculties. That's a testament to his skill and his craft. And to be able to be in that circle, you got to know what you're doing. Nate Jones would not be in that circle if he did not know what he was doing. If he could not add an element that Floyd had to have to go into a ring to face off with anybody, he was going to want to be at his best. And he know Nate won't lie to him in the ring. If he's doing something that he's a little off, he know how he needs to talk to him. So, on that note, don't forget to join the memberships of the Nate Jones Story. Sign up, become a member. We appreciate all of you guys. God bless y'all and have a good day. We should do this again. Break down events that happened. You guys were probably young when that fight happened. Can you believe that fight was 10 years ago? And we waited for it for like 15 years. So, yeah, compelling times. Floyd listened to me, too. That's what I forgot to add. Floyd Mayweather actually took the time out to listen to me about the fight. I told him to make sure he checked the gloves of Manny Pacquiao. Because Floyd did not know that. I said there was like no padding in those gloves when he fought Shane Mosley. And when I interview him, I bring that up. I was like, those it's like the pad slips. And it's just like his fist. It's like you getting hit with a cast. So they want to check everything. Inspection of gloves, everything. They want a fair fight. And at the end of that fight, they took Manny Pacquiao's gloves, and he was like freaking out. And they was like, "No, we're taking everybody's gloves. We're taking his gloves, and we're taking your gloves." They wanted a double inspection. Well, when it was time, Manny Pacquiao was eventually going to run out of money, run out of opponents, and Manny's only way he could sell the fight was by knocking somebody out. But the fact that Floyd remembered what I said, it was years later, and he remembered to, hey, we got to inspect those gloves. And that's what it was, man. I'm out.